This is the Money Hour with your host, Tina Mitchell, on Alternative Talk, AM 1150. Now, back to the show with local mortgage and finance expert, Tina Mitchell.
Welcome back to the Money Hour with your host and mortgage expert, Tina Mitchell, right here on 1150 AM KKNW, the Saturday, January 31st show. I'm empowering our community, providing you with opportunities and solutions when it comes to your money. If you're hearing my show at a different time or day, you're listening to a rebroadcast. To talk with the guests that I have in studio today, please pick up the phone and call the show. 1-855-400-1150. Again, that's 1-855-400-1150 or online at themoneyhour.com. In studio, back and for the entire show today is the Eastside Real Estate Team with Keller Williams Realty Bellevue. Working as a team, they leverage their individual strengths for the ultimate benefit to their clients, and they are committed to quality and excellence in all that they do. And we talked with Dan, the team leader, in the last segment. Now this segment is really going to be an introduction for Rosemaries McIntyre. And Rosemaries, a little bit of background. And Rosemaries, Marie, thank you so much for joining us in studio today.
Excited to be here.
And a little background about Rosemaries, and she is their client coordinator for the Eastside Real Estate Team. Over her past career, Rosemaries has always utilized her passion for connecting with people to serve at the highest level. In addition, her top sale performances with ADT and Regalware, she has enjoyed connecting and serving people as a client coordinator with local chiropractic office. In 2013, she was recognized in her long-term goal of becoming a real estate agent and joined at the Eastside Real Estate Team and client care coordinator. So Rosemaries, let's go ahead and start out with what is your love for the real estate industry?
Well, it started back in 2009 when I saw a show that just launched, and it was called $1 Million Listing LA. I fell in love with Josh Altman, first of all.
I love Josh, too.
He's just so fantastic. He's one of my personal Facebook friends on Facebook, and I just really enjoyed his charisma, his personality, and he made it seem so effortless. I really connected with that, especially because I'm a people person, and I can definitely see myself excelling in the same way he does.
And what about your role? And so what you do, how does that role fulfill your need in the real estate industry? Talk about what you do for the team.
So great question. 90% of my day is spent on the phone. It's really reaching out and connecting with the community and bringing my enthusiasm for real estate and actually being able to share that and open them up to the fact that, yeah, I am going to be buying a home, or yes, I'm going to be selling a home. And I would love to meet your team and have them serve me when my real estate needs come upon us.
So you really are the first person that is having that first conversation about the client that wants to buy or sell or invest in real estate and to reach their dream of homeownership or whatever their venture is in real estate, correct?
Yes, I am usually the first person that they're going to be speaking to, and it's unplanned, and sometimes that's the best way to find and meet somebody because I get to build that rapport with them and share that connection with them and really bring out their personality and their needs and be able to share that with Patty, our buyer's agent, or introduce them to Dan when they go and list their home with our team. Makes
total sense. So the importance of your role with the team, what's so important about your role and what you do in providing the high level of service overall for the team?
The open communication.
Okay.
Having that trust and honesty built between us before actually physically meeting us. There's such a connection that is built between me and the person on the phone. It's just so fantastic. We laugh on the phone. We cry on the phone. We're sharing intimate details about our lives and our next home that we're going to be buying or selling.
If I can just interject too, is one of the things that drew me to Rosemaries in this role for our team is her ability to connect and really just be genuine. Okay. We all have a lot of fun in our office together.
Yes, you guys do.
We get a little crazy.
We've been told
stuff. But that energy is something that's infectious. And it takes a situation that can be stressful, right? Thinking about selling your home. Oh my gosh, what are all the things I have to do? And it just kind of lightens it up. And Rosemary's fantastic at that.
Yeah, and that's so important because when you're dealing with people in this large of a purchase and being able to have that connection and really draw that out and communicate with the buyers and sellers is really important. So characteristics, I think we've talked a little bit about that. But what do you think is important if somebody was coming into your role, what would you think would be important that they would need to have?
Just having that mindset of being one step ahead of what you think they need or what they think they need before they even know it, and being able to accommodate that, let them know that we're here of service. Anything you need to do, anything, just give a call. I'll be able to help. Here's my direct line. Give them multiple ways to reassure them that you're going to be there for them.
That's awesome. So you're you're holding their hand through the process and really helping to make them feel comfortable.
Oh yeah, definitely. And if it's a learning process for them and myself, because each situation and each circumstance is unique.
Yeah.
And I might not have all the questions, but here's what I tell them is I will find out with you. We'll work this out together.
Exactly. Now, in the beginning of this segment, I talked about the individualities and the strengths of each one of you. So what other characteristics in specific positions on the team are important?
With regards to team in general, I mean, first off, people have to be an important part of your, it was funny with Rosemary in studios, Amber, her daughter, and we were talking about this question, what do you love about real estate? And Amber said, people. You like people, Mom. And that was what's really cool, because that is really at the heart of this, whether you're working as a buyer's agent, working as a listing agent, or transaction, whatever it is the people have to be important. And having that characteristic of caring about people and caring about their situation. A lot of the people that Rosemary talked to they may be thinking about it 6 months, a year, 5 years, but they also have needs. And she can address those because we've got a great group of people, the roofers, carpet cleaners, event planners, all of that kind of stuff. And Rosemary's good at connecting them to that. So it's a service that transcends the transaction.
Yes.
It's not just, right, Rosemary?
Right. Yeah. Definitely love connecting people with people.
Yeah. And bringing a real connection into the process and having some of these conversations that may not necessarily have to do with real estate, but more on the emotional side of why they're purchasing and doing what they're doing. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, the real estate will just come secondary. It'll be just like natural.
So I got to ask you a question. Let's get off of real estate. If you won the lottery, what would you do with that money?
I'd buy a couple of homes.
Of course you would.
I did not tell her to say that.
Well,
that was actually on my 5-year plan, was to buy my mom a home. Shh, don't tell her.
Wow, that is awesome.
Is your mom listening today?
I hope so. Hey, Mom!
Well, her granddaughter is here, so she can tell her. So what else is important with the team and the individual? So, Patty, with you and what you do for the team, and we're going to talk to you with the next segment, but we're talking about characteristics. What's important in your characteristics and what you do for the team?
I think asking questions and being a very good listener and asking a lot of questions.
Yes.
And I think you never stop, because you can start out in one direction and the course changes and you take a little detour and now you're headed in another direction entirely. So always asking the questions and always just listening.
Makes total sense. Now, if all of your buyers and sellers could really come behind the scenes of what you do, because I see you guys a lot. You're amazing at what you do, and obviously what you reflect in on the outside and dealing with your clients, they see that. But success and being industry leaders, it really comes from being passionate and really loving what you're doing. So from behind the scenes, if somebody came back there, what makes you unique, and how do you guys love what you do so much? What is the environment behind the scenes?
Well, yeah, that's funny.
Camaraderie.
Okay. So many things come to mind.
So fantastic.
Well, yeah, you know what? A team finishes each other's sentences.
That's why it's really hard when I'm doing specific just for one of you.
Yeah, so I think also, though, we have a sense of getting the job done too. And I'm going to bring out my pragmatics side.
Dan.
Patty and I will talk about a specific buyer problem. And maybe there's an issue where somebody on the other side isn't doing something that they should be doing, their job. And I don't want to call it, other agents out or anything like that.
Sure.
But in my experience, it doesn't matter to our client that somebody else that we don't have control over isn't doing their job, right? It matters that we get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So being able to step in every situation and making sure that things are getting taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we just kind of talk amongst ourselves, and then to the client, though, the interface is always smooth and easy, and that's the way we want to keep it. Absolutely, that's most important.
Yeah, and that's another another benefit about the team is just that you have a team.
Yes.
You have each other, and so it makes it's a lot more fun. Again, we've said a few times about the strengths. I mean, we know that everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and Dan, as the leader, has done a really good job to bring in all of the individual strengths together, which just really makes a dynamic team. So it's really, really exciting. Dan, any other advice that you have? Maybe let's talk to realtors that are out there right now, and for whatever reason they don't have a team and they're thinking about building. What is some advice that you have for them to be able to accomplish that?
Okay. This is going to sound like a shameless plug for Keller Williams, but I just finished training with Keller Williams. It's called Training Lead Motivate, and it's another aspect of building the team because they wrote the book on building teams. That's why I joined them back in 2012. So if you're an individual out there and you feel overwhelmed and you can't provide the level of service because you feel like you have to be everyone to everybody, many new agents are looking at the team concept. When they get their license, they want to know, is there a place that I can go to learn to do this business? And I have looked at all the other brokerages out there. They're all great at what they do. The one thing that I like about the system in Keller Williams is I don't have to build it.
Yes.
I just do the system, and follow the models that have proven to build $30, $40, $50 million teams out there. So if there's real estate agents thinking about it, take a close look at what Keller Williams, and I know that we offer free training to anybody that wants to learn a little bit more.
The training is unbelievable in what you offer. And I am, it's a proven fact. I mean, if you want to get to that next level in your business, look at people that are doing better than you or at a higher level than you and watch them. Implement it into your system and make it your own. So thank you. Great advice. Before I take it to commercial, any advice for the consumers out there, buyers, the sellers, investors? What would you tell them right now in today's real estate market? Any of you?
Oh, there's so much to say.
I know. You got what you can say. One thing. One thing. Don't wait. So that's good.
Time.
Just open up the lines of communication. We don't bite. Give us a call. We're people just like you.
Yes.
And so just open up here's what I encourage everybody is just open up that line of communication, ask the question, get the answers. We'll give you the guidelines. We eat, live, and breathe real estate. So it's always a good thing to ask a question.
Great advice. And stay tuned. The team is going to be here for the rest of the show, but I do have to take us to break. Coming up next on the Money Hour, whether you're looking at buying or selling or investing in real estate, it can be stressful, but how do you make it not stressful? By hiring the right people. The Eastside Real Estate Team with Keller Williams, Real Estate Bellevue, right here on 1150 AM KKNW after this short break.